Think about this for a moment. Out of every 100 people who set out to achieve something meaningful, only 2 will actually cross the finish line. 2 out of 100. That's it. The question that needs to be asked is, why? What separates those 2 from the other 98? Is it talent, luck, or is there something deeper at play? Let's break it down. Most people start with good intentions. They dream big, they write down their goals, and they even take the first few steps. But somewhere along the way, the majority stop. And it's not because the road got harder, it's because they weren't prepared for the journey. Success isn't just about wanting something badly enough, it's about understanding the price that comes with it and being willing to pay it. Here's the truth: success is expensive. It costs time, effort, discipline, and often short-term comfort. Many people want the rewards without being willing to invest what it takes to earn them. They say they want financial freedom, but aren't ready to learn how money works. They want better health, but can't commit to changing their habits. They want recognition, but shy away from putting in the work when no one is watching. The gap between where you are and where you want to be isn't filled by wishing, it's filled by doing. Now let's talk about mindset. Those 2% who reach their goals think differently. They don't see obstacles as dead ends, they see them as detours. They don't wait for perfect conditions because they know perfection doesn't exist. Instead, they focus on progress. They understand that small, consistent actions compound over time into extraordinary results. While others are waiting for motivation to strike, these individuals are already moving. Action creates momentum, and momentum builds success. Another key difference lies in accountability. The 98% often make excuses. They blame their circumstances, their environment, or even other people for their lack of progress. But the 2% take full responsibility for their lives. They know that whatever happens, good or bad, is ultimately a result of their choice. This shift in perspective changes everything. When you own your decisions, you gain control over your destiny. And then there's the power of learning. The 2% are lifelong students. They read, they listen, they seek advice from those who have walked the path before them. They understand that knowledge is power, and applied knowledge is unstoppable. Meanwhile, the majority stop learning once they leave school, believing education ends with a diploma. But life is the ultimate classroom, and growth requires constant curiosity. Lastly, consider the role of patience. Too many people expect overnight success. They give up too soon because they don't see immediate results. But real achievement takes time. It's like planting a tree. You don't dig up the seed after a week to check if it's growing. You nurture it daily, trusting the process. The 2% understand this. They keep going even when progress feels invisible, knowing that persistence pays off. So here's the challenge. Which group do you want to belong to? Are you content staying in the 98%, or are you ready to join the ranks of those who refuse to settle? The choice is yours, and it starts with a decision. A decision to show up, to grow, to persist, and to become the person capable of achieving your dream. Decide today that you won't just dream bigger, you'll act bigger. Because in the end, success belongs to those who dare to keep going. Now let's dive deeper into what truly drives those 2% forward. What fuels their fire? What keeps them going when others give up? It comes down to one word: purpose. Purpose is the invisible force that propels people toward greatness. When you have a clear reason behind your actions, everything else falls into place. Without purpose, even the most ambitious goals can feel hollow. Think about it. When was the last time you felt truly inspired to take action? Chances are it wasn't because someone told you to do something, it was because you connected with why it mattered. Purpose gives meaning to sacrifice. It helps you endure the tough days, the setbacks, and the moments of doubt. For example, imagine someone working tirelessly to build a business. On the surface, it might seem like they're just chasing money or status, but dig deeper and you'll find their real motivation. Maybe they want to provide a better life for their family. Maybe they want to solve a problem that's been bothering them for years. Or maybe they simply refuse to live a life of mediocrity. Whatever the reason, It's powerful enough to keep them moving forward, even when the odds are stacked against them. But here's the catch. Purpose isn't something you stumble upon by accident. You have to actively search for it. Ask yourself, what gets me out of bed in the morning? If the answer doesn't excite you, then it's time to rethink your direction. The 2% don't settle for vague aspirations. They define their purpose with crystal clarity. They know exactly what they're fighting for, and that knowledge becomes their anchor during storms. Speaking of storms, let's talk about resilience. Life has a funny way of testing us. Just when you think you've got everything figured out, something unexpected happens. A failure, a loss, a betrayal. And how we respond to these challenges determines whether we move closer to our goals or drift further away. Resilience isn't about avoiding pain. It's about learning how to navigate through it. It's about understanding that every setback carries a lesson, and every struggle shapes you into a stronger version of yourself. The 98% often crumble under pressure because they haven't built mental toughness. They see obstacles as insurmountable barriers instead of opportunities for growth. But the 2% view adversity differently. To them, challenges aren't roadblocks. They're stepping stones. Each difficulty teaches them patience, perseverance, and problem-solving skill. Over time, these lessons add up, creating an unshakable foundation of strength. Building resilience starts with mindset. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? The 2% ask, what can I learn from this? This simple shift changes everything. It transforms frustration into focus, fear into fuel, and disappointment into determination. When you approach life with curiosity rather than resistance, you open yourself up to new possibilities. You begin to see that every experience, good or bad, is part of your journey towards success. Another critical factor is discipline. Discipline is the bridge between dreams and reality. Without it, even the best intentions remain unfulfilled. Think of discipline as the daily commitment to doing what needs to be done. Regardless of how you feel, it's waking up early, sticking to your plan, and staying consistent, even when motivation wanes. Because let's face it, motivation is fleeting. Some days you'll feel unstoppable. Other days, you'll barely have the energy to get started. That's where discipline comes in. It ensures you keep moving forward, no matter what. It ensures you keep moving forward, no matter what. The 2% understand that discipline isn't easy. It requires saying no to distractions, delaying gratification, and prioritizing long-term rewards over short-term pleasures. They know that comfort zones are cozy, but dirty. Growth happens outside of them. So they push themselves to step beyond the familiar, embracing discomfort as a necessary part of the process. They realize that the more disciplined they become, the freer they are. Freedom, after all, comes from mastering yourself, not from indulging every whim. Let's pause here and address a common misconception. Many people believe that success is all about talent. They look at high achievers and assume they were born gifted, destined to excel. But the truth is, talent alone doesn't guarantee anything. There are countless talented individuals who never reach their potential because they lack the drive to develop their abilities. Talent is just the starting point. What separates the 2% from everyone else is their willingness to put in the work, to hone their craft, refine their skills, and continuously improve. This leads us to another important concept: mastery. Mastery isn't achieved overnight. It's the result of relentless practice, experimentation, and refinement. The 2% embrace the idea that improvement is a lifelong pursuit. They don't settle for good enough. They strive for excellence in everything they do, whether it's writing, public speaking, coding, or playing an instrument. They pour their heart and soul into becoming the best version of themselves. They understand that mastery isn't just about skill. It's about passion, dedication, and a hunger to keep learning. And speaking of learning, let's talk about the power of mentors. No one succeeds entirely on their own. Even the most accomplished individuals stand on the shoulders of those who came before them. Mentors play a crucial role in guiding, inspiring, and challenging us to reach new heights. They offer wisdom gained from experience, helping us avoid pitfalls and accelerate our progress. The 2% actively seek out mentors, recognizing the value of learning from someone who has already walked the path. But finding a mentor isn't always easy. Sometimes you have to create your own. Read books, listen to podcasts, watch interviews, and study the lives of successful people. Absorb their insights, apply their strategies, and adapt them to your unique situation. The key is to surround yourself with influences that uplift and challenge you. Your environment shapes your mindset, so choose wisely. Now let's touch on the importance of habits. Habits are the building blocks of success. They turn small, seemingly insignificant actions into powerful routines that compound over time. The 2% understand this. They design their days around productive habits that align with their goals. They wake up early, prioritize tasks, eliminate distractions, and stay organized. These habits may seem simple, but their impact is profound. Over weeks, months, and years, they create momentum that propels you forward. On the flip side, bad habits can derail your progress just as quickly. Procrastination, negativity, and self-doubt are silent killers. They creep in unnoticed, sapping your energy and stealing your confidence. The 98% fall victim to these destructive patterns because they fail to recognize their influence. But the 2% are vigilant. They identify negative habits early and replace them with positive ones. They understand that small changes lead to big results. Another aspect worth exploring is the role of gratitude. Gratitude isn't just a feel-good emotion, it's a powerful tool for transformation. The 2% practice gratitude daily, acknowledging the blessings in their lives. They focus on what they have, not what they lack. This mindset shift creates a ripple effect, attracting positivity and abundance. Gratitude reminds you of how far you've come, reinforcing your belief that you're capable of achieving even more. But practicing gratitude doesn't mean ignoring challenges. It means choosing to see the silver linings, even in difficult situations. It means finding joy in the journey, not just the destination. The 2% know that happiness isn't something you achieve once you reach your goals. It's something you cultivate along the way. By embracing gratitude, they maintain a sense of balance and perspective, which keeps them grounded and motivated. Let's also talk about the importance of taking risks. Playing it safe might protect you from failure, but it also limits your potential. The 2% understand that calculated risks are essential for growth. They step out of their comfort zones, try new things, and embrace uncertainty. They know that failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of the process. Every misstep brings them closer to discovering what works. Taking risks requires courage, and courage isn't the absence of fear. It's acting in spite of it. The 2% feel fear just like anyone else, but they don't let it paralyze them. They channel their fear into action, using it as a catalyst for growth. They remind themselves that regret is far worse than failure. At least with failure, you tried. With regret, you'll always wonder, what if? Now let's discuss the significance of setting clear, measurable goals. Goals give you direction. They provide a roadmap for your journey, helping you stay focused and motivated. The 2% don't just set vague aspirations like "I want to be successful." They break their goals down into specific, actionable steps. They set deadlines, track their progress, and hold themselves accountable. They understand that clarity breeds confidence. Without clear goals, it's easy to lose sight of your vision. Distractions pull you in different directions, and before you know it, you've veered off course. The 98% often fall into this trap. They chase shiny objects, jumping from one idea to the next, without ever committing fully to any of them. But the 2% stay the course. They remain laser-focused on their priorities, knowing that consistency is the key to long-term success. Another area worth exploring is the power of visualization. Visualization is the practice of mentally rehearsing your success. It's seeing yourself achieving your goals with vivid detail. The 2% use visualization as a tool to program their minds for victory. They picture themselves overcoming obstacles, celebrating wins, and living the life they desire. This mental rehearsal primes their subconscious, making it easier to take aligned actions in the real world. Visualization isn't wishful thinking, it's strategic preparation. It activates the same neural pathways as actual experience, training your brain to recognize opportunities and solutions. By visualizing success regularly, the 2% condition themselves to act in ways that bring their dreams to life. They understand that thoughts shape reality, so they choose their thoughts carefully. Let's also address the importance of surrounding yourself with the right people. Your circle has a massive influence on your mindset and behavior. The 2% intentionally build relationships with supportive, like-minded individuals who share their values and ambition. They distance themselves from toxic influences, people who drain their energy, spread negativity, or discourage their growth. They know that association determines destiny. Your environment reflects your standards. If you're surrounded by complacency, it's hard to stay driven. But if you immerse yourself in a culture of excellence, you naturally rise to meet those expectations. The 2% curate their environments deliberately, ensuring that every interaction pushes them closer to their goal. They understand that success is contagious. You become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Another critical element is the ability to adapt. Life rarely goes according to plan. The 2% embrace change, viewing it as an opportunity rather than a threat. They stay flexible, adjusting their strategies as needed. They understand that rigidity leads to stagnation, while adaptability fosters innovation. By remaining open to new ideas and approaches, they position themselves to thrive in any situation. Adaptability also involves letting go of perfectionism. Perfections often struggle to take action because they're waiting for the perfect moment. But the perfect moment doesn't exist. The 2% prioritize progress over perfection. They know that done is better than perfect. They launch projects, start businesses, and pursue goals, trusting that they'll figure things out along the way. They understand that momentum trumps hesitation every time. Now let's talk about the role of faith. Faith isn't necessarily religious. It's the belief that things will work out, even when you can't see the finish line. The 2% operate with unwavering faith in their ability to succeed. They trust the process, knowing that persistence eventually pays off. They remind themselves that success isn't linear, it's a series of ups and downs. But through it all, they hold on to hope, refusing to give up. Faith gives you the courage to keep going when logic tells you to quit. It silences the inner critic that whispers, "You're not good enough." It reinforces your belief that you're capable of achieving greatness. The 2% nurture their faith daily, feeding it with affirmations, reminders of past victories, and visions of future success. They understand that faith fuels action, and action fuels result. Another vital component is self-awareness. Self-awareness is the ability to understand your strengths, weaknesses, triggers, and patterns. The 2% invest time in getting to know themselves deeply. They reflect on their experiences, seeking insights that help them grow. They ask themselves tough questions like, what am I avoiding, and where can I improve? This level of introspection allows them to make smarter decisions and avoid repeating mistakes. Self-awareness also helps you manage emotion. The 2% don't let anger, frustration, or fear dictate their actions. They pause, breathe, and respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. They understand that emotional intelligence is just as important as technical skill. By mastering their emotions, they maintain control over their outcomes. Lastly, let's explore the importance of legacy. Legacy isn't just about leaving something behind, it's about creating something meaningful today. The 2% live with intention, knowing that their actions ripple outward, affecting others in profound ways. They aim to inspire, uplift, and contribute to the greater good. They understand that true fulfillment comes from making a difference, not just accumulating wealth or accolades. Living with legacy in mind shifts your perspective. It motivates you to show up fully, to give your best effort, and to leave a positive mark wherever you go. The 2% don't wait until tomorrow to start building their legacy. They start now. One small act of kindness, one bold decision, one courageous step at a time. They understand that the future is shaped by the choices you make today. So here's the final thought. Success isn't reserved for a select few. It's available to anyone willing to pay the price. It's about purpose, resilience, discipline, and surrounding yourself with the right influences. It's about taking risks, staying adaptable, and nurturing faith in yourself. The 2% who achieve their goals don't have superhuman abilities. They simply make better choices every single day. And now it's your turn. Decide today that you're ready to join them. Because the life you dream of isn't out of reach. It's waiting for you to step up and claim it. Keep going, keep growing, and remember, your legacy starts now.